I have always been a huge fan of Gondor, its lore and the way it was portrayed in the movies. However, a part of me always wanted to explore the other regions and characters that are not part of them, probably igniting the interest I have in the fiefdom since I was a child. Today, we focus on one of the most ancient cities in the Southern Kingdom, Pelargir. Being this the most important city in Lebanon and one of the richest, oldest and most known cities in Gondor, being the city responsible of Gondor's fleet, it is a bit of a shame that we didn't get to see it in the movies, besides this image that I guess represents the attack on Pelargir. Hard to know. I get it, time is limited and Tolkien's world is immense. Still, this allows us to explore and imagine ourselves and come up with projects like this one. The first ideas came from this ancient article in the White Dwarf magazine about the fiefdoms, where they convert some soldiers with old Rohan warriors and Númenórean pieces, and that's what I started with. Also, I love the representation made of this city in the Age of the Ring mod from the Battle for Middle-earth 2 video game, and also of the Pelargir expeditionaries. Besides that, while I was googling for inspiration, I came up with these pictures of these same troops from the Rise of Mordor Total War, which added to the ideas I already had. This got me thinking that maybe I would mix up the classic White Dwarf conversion with a different color scheme, inspired by the video game design, and the Jerusalem Knights from Kingdom of Heaven. I just thought that the combination between the white cloaks, shades of blue and gold details will give them a very regal look, tied to tradition, the sea and to Númenor in general. This movie was one of my favorite movies when I was a kid. I know that historically it's not the most accurate that I got to know when I got to university, but even then, the world building and the aesthetics of the whole movie, and there is some details here and there that I still absolutely love. So I always liked this color combination, the look that it had, you know, this feeling that is something ancient, exotic, and I just loved a lot this combination for a long time, and I thought that, hey, this will look very well trying to make such a specific city, such a specific force from a city with this story and relevance in the Kingdom of Gondor. So I thought that it was fitting to try to do them with some Jerusalem Knight looks. So with all of these things in mind, I started to work. I made some test models first, and then I started developing a whole army, since I thought that, hey, well, while I'm at it, why don't I make a full warband of 24? And then it got a little out of hand. This is the result of the first 24 soldiers, 8 of each, with sword, spear, and bow, which I made following this procedure, using the helmets and shields from the Númenórean warriors, Rohan warrior bodies, and some small conversions here and there for hand swaps and angles. I got these guys ready for battle, which I absolutely love. However, I felt like these guys needed someone to lead them, being Pelargir such an important city. So I made this new group. I made a captain with a leftover armored Faramir head and some peri-miniature spits, with the base of some soldiers of Minas Tirith and the Númenor shield. And I went from there to give him some more elite scored. This captain or commander or governor or whatever you want to call it, they call it in the White Dwarf magazine Coronir of Pelargir, but I have looked up and so far I haven't found any information about him, so I guess they just made up a name to create a commander for it. We can call it however we want. Of course, I assume that Pelargir is going to have not a prince like Dol Amroth, but an authority governing the city. So I wanted to make this person like a warrior that is leading his troops, not like an old man that is just directing. So I think that it's good. I believe the profile of King of Men for gameplay would work out for him, or just as a normal captain. So I think it gives me options. I just wanted him to look, you know, part of the army, not like just giving orders and being in the back. So I thought it was a cool image to make. And yeah, being this the commander of the fleet of Gondor, I assume that it kind of works out, and makes sense. I use Perry helmets for these ones, choosing the ones that fit the aesthetics better in my opinion, and a banner bearer with a hand-painted paper banner, which, I mean, it turned out pretty okay in my opinion as well. I made 4 with sword, 4 with spear, the captain and the banner, so I have options in game, and I didn't make more bows because I don't think I will need them, honestly. I have already 8 guys with bow from the other ones, and I think that the bowmen of this should be more light armored, and these guys, I wanted them to look more like knights and guards of elite, so I think that we fit that we reached that aesthetic quite easily that way. Probably we'll just use them as regular Gondor warriors, or maybe these last ones as Citadel guards when it comes to gameplay. I don't really know. Put me down in the comments if you have any ideas on how to use them. Maybe through the Kingdoms of Men army list, I could pull up something that these guys are Numenorians or whatever. But just as an idea, even then, they look amazing for me. I'm super happy with how they turned out. Also with the painting scheme, since the colors I'm using are pretty flat and very colorful, I had to experiment a little bit with how to approach it, and I had to experiment with the shading of the cloaks and the light blue parts, so I made my own washes with some Vallejo medium, thinner, and water and stuff until I found the consistency, and I think it does give the depth I needed for the shading without changing the color, the colors that I wanted to go with the white ivory cloaks and the very light blue clothing with the dark blue one for contrast. So I think it turned out pretty well. It was a bit of a journey to get these guys ready and to make them look as I had them looking in my head. So I'm very happy with how they turned out. But yeah, I mean, I think that you guys have seen enough. So far, we will leave it here. With this army done and ready to defend the city, I will leave you here now to go and prepare the new videos upcoming. I have a lot of conversions to finish, a lot of miniatures to paint, and some projects coming your way that hopefully you guys like. Maybe some reviews and stuff that I'm working on, but I need to be able to get things to review first, so we'll get there when it's time. But yeah, anyway, thank you all guys for watching. I'll see you next time. Let me know in your comments if you will want me to make something else or you have any ideas. And yeah, I'll see you guys. Cheers.